Hello everybody, it's Janet again from the Threshing Barn. I'm going to have some fun with my Gaywool Dyes this morning. They're such fun and it makes dyeing easy peasy, and they're an all-in-one dye. You don't need to have any fixatives. Everything is included in, so there's no measuring, and they're packed damp so they don't float around in the air, and they are 96% of the dye is taken up. They're non-toxic, so really fun to play with. So I've got a stainless steel pan that you can get from a catering supplies company. I'm going to use some merino wool tops. So these are 18.5 micron merino, and I'm just folding those up the length of the dye pan, and I'm going to pop those in. I could do the same with hanks of yarn, tie them really well and then soak those and pop them into the pan. When I am weighing out, I'm using my electronic calibrated scale, so they're very accurate, but we always give an extra 5 to 6 grams per hank, because in a lot of the yarns and the wools there will be some dressing that is included in it, so it will always reduce in weight. So there we go, we're ready to pop the dye on. So we've got a heat source underneath. You don't want to have it boiling and bubbling because the colours will all run into each other. So for this, what I'm doing now is I'm going to be dyeing in blocks of colour, so we get the nice variegated stripes. If I want to dye one colour, then I have a big Burco boiler in my dye room, or I use these big stainless steel pans. So the dyes come in lots of different combinations. You can buy starter kits, which are £19. So there's two ranges, the original range, brighter colours, these really bright, vibrant colours, or we've got the bush blends, which are more muted, more like natural colours. So those are the dye packs at 19. Then you can buy the smaller packets, so the 100 grams, and this will dye about, the 100 grams will dye you about 1 kilo to 1.5 kilos, depending on what strength you want. And then the smaller packets, they are going to weigh you, they're 80 grams, and they will dye you about 800 grams. And we also have, for all you indie dyers, we do bulk packs of kilo bags. So that's the most economical way to buy it. And they're available in both ranges, the bush blend and the original. So details on the website for those. Okay, so here we go. We never sprinkle direct out of the pan. I'm going to use these wooden spatulas, and I'll let you into a secret. When we're travelling around UK going to guilds or events, we pop into Marks and Spencer's, and if we buy some salads, we grab a handful of these wooden spoons, which make wonderful spatulas for our dyeing, but don't tell Marks and Spencer's, please. Right, so, or we could say we've ate our lunch and then recycled the spoons. Right, so we've got two colours there. And then I'm going to, so that's a daisy, a yellow. They all mix, so you could buy the yellow and a red and make your own shades of orange. It's up to you. We're just sprinkling the dye on evenly across. And this one in the packet looks yellow, but actually it's wattle and it comes out a limey green. So each dye will be made up of several different colours. And then we'll have a green. The other thing you need to remember is that the paler the colour, there's less dye, and the darker the colour, there's more dye. So you have to be careful. You want to put more dye on of the paler colours and less of the dark. Otherwise the dark will just take out the paler colours. And then I just don't mix it too much, but I'm just going to make sure I've pushed it down into my wool. And that's going to have half an hour, and we just want it really below simmer, just so that it's nice and warm and steamy. And then I will put over the top a piece of foil that will just keep it, all the steam inside. So easy peasy, half an hour on the top of a heat source. Or you could, for yarn, you could dilute the dyes in jam jars and paint it on. And then once you've got it painted on, you could steam it. You can microwave it. It needs about 6 minutes in the microwave. So lots of different ways that you can use the dyes. So I said they come in from Australia, and they're called Gaywool Dyes. And I hope you have fun when you come to get some dyes, that you can dye your own instead of buying all this very expensive hand-dyed yarn. Buy some white yarn, buy some white tops, and have a go yourself. And then you get the colours that you actually want. So there we have our colours, and that will sit there now for half an hour. Once it's finished, it's taken up about 96% of the dye. I will rinse that through just in warm water. You don't want to shock anything. And then I put them in net bags and spin them in the in my washing machine, or hang outside to drip dry. But what you don't want to do is shock your wool so you felt it. So have fun and give us a ring if you want any advice on the dyes. Bye.